Hello, everyone.
Happy Wednesday.
It's good to be together this week for the midweek update. And we have a number of things to share with you this week. One thing that I wanted to mention was, and some of you have already given pictures for the video that we're going to show on January 30th, recapping the life of this community in 2021. And so if you have pictures, send them to me here by the end of this week. At the latest, if you want them to be included. I can't guarantee them after that, but many of you have already done that, and so thanks for doing that. If you still have some pictures that you'd like to be included or add to that offering, send them over to me, or you can send them to the church office email and they'll get to me.
I want to talk a little bit about our Sunday morning activities in light of the intense kind of experience that our community is having with COVID right now. The ad hoc building committee met last evening to talk about our current situation. That's the building use committee, and in particular related to Sunday morning activities. We're aware that the incidence of COVID exposure and spread in our local community is really significant right now, and that creates a threat to physical health. And we also recognize that contact with other people is vital to mental health and to well-being. And so the question is, how do we navigate these tricky times? How do we know what's an acceptable level of risk for a faith community like ours? There are several factors that can help make public spaces more or less safe. One would be if you and the others around you have received the COVID vaccine and booster shots. Another would be if you and others around you have a high quality and well-fitted mask. Another would be if there's enough space that you can have appropriate physical distancing. And a fourth thing would be if the space that you're in is well ventilated. So if we have 4 of 4, that's excellent. If you have 3 of 4, that's likely adequate. If you have 2 of 4, that's probably not enough. So as we think about kind of those factors, here at the church, we know that a vast majority of our community members are vaccinated and boosted. We know that we have good space for physical distancing in the sanctuary and in the narthex. We have good ventilation. Witness how even though there was painting going on in the sanctuary this past Saturday, by Sunday, we didn't smell any, there's no paint smell. So the air moves well in that space. One thing we'd like to step up is the quality of masks that people are wearing. And so we've decided that we are going to order and provide KN95 masks to all people coming to worship on Sunday mornings, as well as those who are attending upcoming memorial services. Those masks worn properly provide more protection against the Omicron variant. And I have one here. I want to show it to you. It looks like this. If I put it on. So it's this style. It's called a KN95. If you have one of those, or if you have an N95 mask and you want to bring it yourself, that would be great. If you don't, come to church and we'll have them. We've ordered them and they'll be here by Sunday. So we'll have them for everybody. And at least for the next couple of weeks, we'd like to wear, an upgraded mask, everybody to wear those. So having said all that, it's our intention for now that we're going to continue to offer in-person and live stream worship with the expectation that people will wear those masks. We'll also continue with Sunday school, although just with a few kind of factors that we want to consider. It may be that in some of the children's classes that that teachers may not be comfortable in that close space. We're not going to have snacks with children. We're going to ask children to wear their masks as well. Amy, you're going to be in touch with parents and teachers to kind of follow up on some of that. So anyway, so we're going to continue with in-person worship and with the upcoming memorial service on January 30. And in the meantime, the ad hoc building use committee is going to continue to meet weekly, at least, as we see sort of what our situation is locally. So I want to say a couple more things. while I'm talking about this. If you've been exposed to COVID and you know that, please do not come on Sunday morning. If you have COVID, that should be obvious. Please don't come. If you're at higher risk because of your overall health situation, please do not come. Guard your own safety and watch worship on live stream. And I just want to say, it continues to be difficult to know what is best for each of us and for all of us. I think the best we can do is to make caring and careful decisions based on what we know right now. And finally, I just want to mention that the people on the ad hoc building use committee that's been meeting from time to time through this whole pandemic time to make decisions and talk about situations like this includes Julie Garber, Jan Foz, Pam Higgins, Randy Self, and me. And I'd invite you to please continue to be in conversation with us. Let's keep our connections strong.
To bring our midweek update to a close in this time when we are using the fullness of our mental capacities and lining things up and checking things off, it's really quite easy for us to miss the heart. And so I'm reading from Psalm 144, but a version written by Nan Merrill, who offers sort of a diaphanous read of Psalm 144, which in its original Hebrew is very militaristic, but we're being invited into different space. And so let our heads and our hearts and our spirits and our bodies balance each other out. Hear these words. Blessed are you, O radiant one, you who are hidden within our hearts, even as we are hidden within your heart. You invite us to participate in the divine unfoldment as we awaken from our long sleep and give birth to creativity. Open us that we might recognize the divine in every person and become sensitive to all we meet along the path. For you are the breathing life of all, the infinite and the eternal within our hearts. We'll see you all soon, or know that you are on live stream. And when we look into the cameras, know that we are thinking of everyone who is watching from afar.
All right. Thanks, everyone.